How did you find out your SO was cheating on you? Someone sent me a video footage of my ex with someone I did not need to worry about. Shit leaves you devastated. Dated for 2 years until one day, out of the blue she says she's not happy anymore and breaks up with me. It sucked, but I figured it was for the best if she wasn't happy. About a week after we had broken up, I saw her at the bar with some guy who she sheepishly admitted she was on a date with. Later that night I end up standing next to him ordering drinks. He apologized to me for the awkwardness. Yeah, it's just weird since we've only been broken up for a few days and she's already dating. He pauses. A few days? She and I have been seeing each other for like 3 months now. We stared at each other for a second, and then my ex comes running up to pull him away from me. He shrugged her off and told her to go fuck herself and then left the bar. That's how I found out my ex had been cheating on me for 3 months before apparently guilt took hold and she broke up with me. Update: I bumped into the other guy a few months later at a bar and we actually talked about it. It was weird hearing about it from his perspective. In his mind he had thought she was just really flaky, but after speaking to me it just all clicked for him. And we went through some of the times when he couldn't reach her because she was with me and vice versa. Not sure how I didn't pick up on it. Either way, I'm happily married now, and I think she had to move home and live with her mom. Her boyfriend got tired of being the other guy and he rudely told me everything I needed to know. Okay, look, I know you've been cheating on me. I haven't been It's okay. It's okay. I've been cheating on you too. The fuck? Been 12 years and it's still got me good. Asked me to fix something on her iPad. Emails with her for confirmations. To see her ex-boyfriend on the other side of the country popped up. iMessage linked to her computer. I was on her computer buying stuff off Amazon and she was sitting on the couch, feet from me, texting her ex. He was trying to get her to send him nudes and they were reminiscing about previous encounters. He was bragging about how he made her leg shake all the while I was watching the conversation in real time, right next to her. My adrenaline kicked in and I simply closed the computer and left the house without saying a word. This was over a year ago and I'm still fighting her for custody of our children. My wife tried calling and didn't hang up once it went to voicemail. She accidentally left a 245 VM. The VM consisted of her and her BF talking shit about me and how much happier she was with him. At the time I was home with our kids and I thought she was 1,800 miles away to be with her dying father. 2 years later we are divorced and her father is still alive. She needed a new phone, so I put it in my name. Since I was working 2 hours after leaving the store and having lunch with me joking about how excited she was to get married, I found a photo reel full of pictures she had been exchanging with her ex whilst transferring her stuff to her new phone. I put 2 and 2 together and opened her text inbox and surprise. She had been texting him for months and fucking him for a few weeks. Saw her being all flirty and mushy with the new guy at work. Whenever I would confront her about it, she would usually give me the "that's just how I am." Eventually got a sneak peek into her texts and saw her sending him sexts. This was about 4 months ago but still hurts as hell. My super genius ex-wife bitched about the cost of our joint cell phone bill. She told me I'm using it too much. I never used it except to call her phone, which was free. So I looked over the bill and found the number to the dude she was cheating with. I already was suspicious for a few months that something was going on with her new car walker, but she always said I was just jealous and there was nothing to worry about. One night she told me she is going out with a bunch of car walkers, including him. I don't like the idea, but I can't force her to not go. So I watch her shave her whole body, put her best clothes on and some perfume. She never used perfume. She had bought it recently. I wait for her, drowning my thoughts in vodka all night. She doesn't come home until 4 in the morning, when I finally fall asleep. When I wake up the next day she acts like nothing happens. I decide to believe her and let it go. Fast forward 3 days later. I'm at an important convention for work and her coworker's wife calls me in. Tears, because a friend of hers had seen them in a bar, fully getting it on. I call my GF, and she just says she doesn't know what to tell me. Turns out it was a date, not a get together with all the co-workers. So I'm completely falling apart at this venue, trying desperately to hold myself together until I can excuse myself and cry hysterically behind the building. The coworker's wife was a childhood friend of my GFN. The two had just married a few weeks ago. In Vegas and all. Her parents paid for everything. I was together with my GF for almost 8 years at that point. The cheaters are now happy together and have a family. I still hope that one day one of them will cheat on the other and they have a dirty divorce. I will celebrate with champagne when the day comes. Edit. Typo edit. You think it's safe to post on Reddit, cause none of your friends are on it, until an online magazine they all, including your ex, read posts it on their front page. Guess I'm gonna think twice before posting something here now. D thanks. Not. She sent me a picture of herself in the bath, then sent me a message afterwards saying oops, wrong person. My first clue was when I walked into the house and saw her drug dealer jacking off in our kitchen while she watched, topless. Just kept being a good boyfriend until she felt guilty and told me. I never suspected it. At least she had some conscience, because she could have had her cake and ate it too. Could have strung me along for years and I would have been none the wiser. I loved her. I thought she was the woman I could spend the rest of my life with. Took me 4 years of being single before I was able to trust anyone after that. I was so oblivious the last time that after it happened, I hugely overcompensated, questioning every odd plan made and etc. I'm kind of glad in a way that I waited 4 years because it taught me that being okay with being alone or single is incredibly valuable, and I've noticed more and more people since then that can't be alone. I used to be a guy that would let girls walk all over me just to keep peace, happy wife, happy lifestyle, but now, while I still compromise and give freely, I don't take bullshit from anyone because I'm not afraid to be by myself. Found them in bed together. Fairly typical, if such a thing exists. Thing that angers me the most is that I seriously had absolutely not the faintest idea, not even a smidgen of suspicion. And what angers me even more is how it changed me. The insecurity, the paranoia. I counted the pictures. This was in 2000, before everyone had a camera on their phone, and you had to get your holiday snaps developed at the Walgreens photo lab. She brought home the pictures of her vacation to see her old high school friend in Vegas, but there was something missing. See, back in the day the rolls of film were made up of exposures of 12, 24, 36 pics, etc. depending on the film you bought. I went through the photos and it didn't add up. Literally, the 24 exposure roll only had 18 pics. Eventually I found the remaining photos, her and the new boyfriend looking happy. I saw the guy she told me not to worry about change his relationship status. Asked her about it and she became a nervous wreck and told me last week was quite fucking something. Broke up in April of 2017. Her and new boyfriend celebrated their 1 year in October of 2017. Ultimately didn't find out until after the divorce, but a very close friend of hers confided to me. I still haven't mentioned anything to anyone, even her. Just decided to finally move on. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. You can also support the channel on Ko-fi.com. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching.